call the special presentation meeting to order. Our first presentation is a police swearing in. Chief, Captain, Major, you guys want to come up, please?
Ready?
As soon as you get the attention.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Captain Marie Kent with Homestead Police Department, and I'm here beside me is Chief Alexander Roll and Major Scott Kennedy. We're here tonight to present some surprising awards to a couple of the gentlemen over here. I'll read off some of their history since they don't exactly know what's coming. The first gentleman to my left here is he's a reserve officer with us. Officer Ron Charlotte began his career here at Homestead PD in February of '93. Ron speaks Creole, French, Spanish, and English, and has been one of our department's main translators since he began here. Ron will, to this day, respond at any time of the day or night to assist victims in need. He has a Bachelor of Science degree. A little background on Ron. He's a humble person that doesn't really speak about himself much, unless it involves his kids. He's a very devoted dad to all of his children. Ron retired as a captain from the United States Air Force after 21 years of service. He was an aerospace physiology supervisor and an air weapons director. He was responsible for implementing national security directives related to aerospace sovereignty and was an operations command and control officer. He also served at the 31st Tactical Fighter Wing at what was then a fully operational Homestead Air Reserve Base. He received medals and honors for his service in Operation Desert Shield, Desert Storm, and the Vietnam Service Medal, amongst others, a long list of awards that he received. Ron retired as a full-time officer for our department in December of 2010, and on January 1st of 2011, he returned as a reserve officer for our department, where he still remains to this day. I'm going to skip a little bit to the next one, who's Reserve Officer Will Worrell. He's been a City of Homestead employee as a lineman since 2000. I guess that since working around power lines and electricity wasn't exciting enough for him, so he decided he wanted to go through the academy and become a reserve officer for our department. He was successful in his endeavors. In December of this year, makes 10 years as a reserve officer with our department. He has 14-year-old twin boys, bless you, with his wife Debbie, who is also a city employee. Most of the time, Will likes to lay low, and you don't hear much from him except on those quiet nights on midnight shift at 3 a.m. when we were startled at the radio when his voice was heard coming over chasing subjects who had broke into a car or houses in his neighborhood in the middle of the night. We knew it was on. The reason why they're here is that every now and then, Chief Roll and his command staff will look at the reserve officers working for our agency, and after reviewing their job performances and their history and what they've done for the department, will honor them with a promotion to a higher rank. So it is with great pride that tonight Reserve Officer Ron Charlotte and Reserve Officer Will Worrell are being promoted to the rank of Reserve Sergeants.
Yeah, long time overdue, huh? I really appreciate that. Thank you, man. How much are you, kids?
The next person that we're here to talk about and bring attention to is someone he's a kid who's grew up in our neighborhoods. He's a kid who's grew up in our community. His parents, his mother, was a nursery farm worker in Homestead for many, many years. Francisco Mello. He has two brothers and a younger sister. He's the oldest of the group. He decided at a young age, he attended South Dade Senior High, graduated from there, that he was going to go into the military. From 2006 to 2009, he was in the U.S. Army. He was an infantryman. He was deployed to Iraq for 15 months. He actually received an injury as a result of an explosion from an IED over there. And that all occurred, his graduation, his boot camp, and his deployment to Iraq all occurred at the age of 18. He has always wanted to be in law enforcement. His decision was to stay here in Homestead with this family, with this group, with who he knew, where he came from. So he utilized the funds that are afforded to our servicemen through the GI Bill and put himself through the academy, and is working on his bachelor's degree, which he's just a smidge short of getting, and I'm going to be nudging for him to finish. He was hired as a reserve officer with us in 2013. As many of you know, the reserve officers make $1 a year, and it's more ceremonial than anything else. They volunteer for many, many details that are city involved. You will see them in a lot of the functions that are out there, and he's done a lot of them. In keeping with the chief's practice of looking from within when we hire for full-time, he did that with Francisco Mello. Mello was able to be hired full-time with us on April 13th of 2015. We just want to say welcome to the family.
You want to say anything? You want to say anything? Yeah? You want to say something? Sergeant? I'll just say something.
I would like to say it's an honor to be with the department for the duration that I've been with the department. I met the chief back in December 1992, but I've known about the department a lot earlier than that because I took a class with one of our training back in 1987 for the weapons class. But after so many years, I feel home. Thank you.
I would like to just say thank you to the chief and the command staff and all the men and women of the Homestead Police Department. Thank you.
I also want to thank the chief and the entire command staff for this great opportunity, and I look forward to representing the department in a positive manner and continue making my family proud. Thank you.
Mary, you want to say anything?
I just say real quick, Will's been my neighbor. Well, he's not now, but for many, many years, Will was just a little boy running around in the park, causing all kinds of problems. And look at him now. So he's a homegrown boy, and real proud of Will and all the things that you've done. And not to be less impressed with the rest of the crew, but there's a personal connection between Will and I because I've seen him grow up as a little boy and turn into quite a man, and really give back to your community. And thanks, Will, for all that. But all of you, thank you so much, Chief, Major.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Major.
Mr. Machesak, you want to come up and do the next one?
I have my very own Vanna White. I'd like to draw your attention to something here. A couple years ago, the news leader started a tradition at the annual football rivalry between Homestead and South 8 high schools. And it took off and it's grown into a life of its own in terms of the competitiveness that goes with it. Well, having said that, there's many events that take place on Chrome Avenue. They're all wonderful, they all have their own features, but for my money, the one that celebrates and recognizes the true heroes of this great country of ours is the Military Appreciation Day, which is this Saturday. So to start a new tradition, the news leader is offering this trophy that each year will be the prize given to the winning team of military soldiers that compete on Chrome Avenue. Each year will be displayed at that particular branch of the military's headquarters at Homestead Air Reserve Base. So looking down the road, there's room on there for plenty of plaques. We're hoping that this wonderful tradition started by the city of Homestead to recognize our heroes continues for many years. So we'd like you to see it. I'm sure that Vice Mayor Shelley has a few words about the event that is, for my money, is the premier signature event in downtown Homestead.
Perfect. Yeah, I wanted to publicly thank Dale and the news leader for stepping up and kind of putting together this trophy. I mean, what we have going on is an obstacle course this year. Many of you have probably been to the Military Appreciation Day events in the past, and we've done something a little bit different. It's all that it was before. It has all the military displays, all the fun music and food and everything else that made the Military Appreciation Day great. But this year we also have an obstacle course in which the military branches from Homestead Air Reserve Base will be competing against each other to see who is the best of Homestead Air Reserve Base. And so Dale, the news leader, stepped up and they said they take on the responsibility of creating the trophy, and they've done so, and it's a beautiful trophy. And so that'll be for a competition this Saturday, as well as Value Place Hotel also agreed to sponsor a $1,200 first place prize. So not only do they get that beautiful trophy, they also get a prize for their winning. So thank you again, Dale, and thank you, news leader, and make sure everyone comes out to Military Appreciation Day this Saturday, downtown, Chrome Avenue and Losner Park.
You're very welcome. I'm hoping that Chrome Avenue is elbow to elbow on Saturday. Thanks
you.
again.
Vice Mayor, you have the next presentation as well?
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I have the distinct pleasure of introducing the Artists in the Spotlight for the month of May and June. This time we didn't have to look very far. Our Artist in the Spotlight comes from right here at the Homestead Community Center, and we have a couple of those artists. If you saw the artwork displayed on the hallway on your way into the chambers, those are created right here by our local artist here in the Community Center. And we're displaying works from Dennis Ross, Dottie Douglas, Vanessa Jenkins, Mary Lou Hampton, Melody Blackthorpe Spiegel, and Clinton Solomon. And I think today with us we have, it looks like we have 4 of the artists. So we have Dennis Ross, Mary Lou Hampton, Melody Blackthorpe, and I didn't get the name of the last one, but if you guys would like to come up and talk a little bit about your work, and talk a little bit about yourselves and what inspires you to create your artwork.
I don't know. Where's my printout? Where's my printout?
Hi, I'm Dennis Ross, and
Oh my gosh.
I'm a retired English teacher, and a writer. So everything that I paint has a story. What you see here is the creation story. You see this egg-shaped egg, and it has the 6 days of creation and the Sabbath. Around it, you have the galaxy, constellations, 8 planets, and this is the Big Bang. I decided to get everybody in there, religious or not. So it's that's all it is, just the creation.
Right there it is. Mary Lou Hampton.
Oh, no, wait.
Okay. All right. The Homestead Community Center is my second home. Actually, I'd never done art until 5 years ago when I took my first class at the community center. First, I did watercolors with Vanessa Jenkins, my art teacher, and maybe she can come up a little later when she catches her breath. Then I went to pastels and then acrylics. I never imagined that I'd actually be painting like this. I just really enjoy it. I usually do landscapes or anything with nature, especially animals. And I'm starting to do endangered animals. I'm a lifelong resident of Dade County and Homestead, active member of Silver Palm Methodist Church, accomplished artist in watercolor. I don't know who wrote that. And pastels and design. No, I don't do. I'm a widow, retired from agriculture. I'm an avocado farmer grower. I'm retired. I participate in Homestead Center programs, Red Hat Ladies, as well as support Native American children of different tribes. Someone else wrote this. I'm an inspiration of youth the second time around. I don't know. I don't have grandchildren. I have granddogs and one grand parrot who's 33 years old. So, all right. And I appreciate the time. I wrote more. I wrote thank you to the ones who've helped me. Vanessa was my drawing watercolor teacher. Then Bonnie Posner taught me pastels, and I've done the most in pastels. And she died, unfortunately, and I miss her every day. I want to thank my fellow artist, Melody. She's my mentor. She's a born artist. I'm learning the hard way, but she's a born artist and has been a big help to me. And my friend Dennis, and my friend who's not here, Isabel Maytan. And they've all been so supportive. Also, Lily Marlowe is the acrylic artist, and she's not able to come tonight. So I appreciate your time, and I thank you very much. And I love Homestead.
I'm Melody Blackthorpe. Most of my paintings and books, children's books, which are online on Amazon and Kindle, are under Melody Blackthorpe, although my legal name is Spiegel, and I'm a lifelong resident of Homestead, and I returned nearly 5 years ago when my mom passed away, and we inherited a house that we grew up in on Roberts Road. And I would like to say something about Vanessa before I forget. She was our watercolor teacher and has failing health, but she is a professional seascape artist. Most of her things have sold in North Carolina, and she has since, in the last 2 years, written a book, very small, short story, and illustrated it, and the picture of it's out on the wall, called The Squirrel Hunt. It's a charming story about North Carolina. It's a charming story about a farm family post-Depression era. She's an inspiration. It's never too late to log, blog, write, or learn the pleasure and relaxation of art. I myself, it's a relaxation. I love it. My pastel over there is the seahorse. Pastels are chalk, not watercolor. Watercolor is also considered pastel, but that is a chalk. The one out front in the lobby is the Seminole. It's Chicky up in the front lobby. It's very large, and it's about a memory at the Tamiami Trail in Crum Avenue when Crum Avenue dead-ended at the trail. And there was a Chicky and a family who lived there. And I saw them as a child whenever we would go visit my grandmother, who lived in Sweetwater on the Foster's Dairy. I've enjoyed the center. I almost live here. We are entertained and we're informed, and we would like to see more people, and younger people are coming. It's wonderful. I can't say enough about the programs that they offer. I would appreciate it if you, under the little seahorse picture that I did, are my children's books. I have 7 up online and a novel. And they're illustrated. The children's books have anywhere from 20 to 29 personal illustrations, which are my artwork. Thank you. Vanessa, do you feel like coming up here, honey? Yeah. Oh, I get so nervous. Use the podium.
Thank you. Is it on? Hi, my name is Vanessa Jenkins, and I've just celebrated my 80th birthday. If anybody had told me I would be living this long, I wouldn't have believed them. But anyway, I guess I started coming to the center here 89, 90, somewhere along there. And we retired down here in 99. I didn't start teaching until, 2001, 2002, somewhere along there. Here, now I taught other places, but not here. And I'm from North Carolina on the coast. And I did a lot of seascapes, a lot of tobacco barns, a lot of boat pictures, and I even had my own gallery for 3 or 4 months. And we lost our son in 80 and went on the road in 81 and just traveled all over the United States. We come down here and work 7 months out of the year and take the other 5 months and just go wherever we wanted to. And it was great to be able to see what a beautiful and diverse country that we have. And places that you would think that was nothing ended up being the best place in the world. As far as teaching here, I've seen a lot of young women, or older women I should say, young seniors, come in and not know a thing about it. And to see the way they grow is really, really, truly fascinating. And to realize that no matter how far you are back, never painted anything but a stick figure, you can still paint. It's just a matter of perseverance. It's hanging in there and doing what you, in other words, practice every day. So I wish you all the best of luck. I can't come as often as I would love to, but I miss the center. I really do. I miss the center. So y'all pray for me and I'll pray for y'all, and we'll live and love a lot more than we have so far.
Well, thank you guys very much for letting us display your artwork here in the community center. I'd now like to invite up Naim Smith, who's the Executive Director of the Homestead YMCA, to talk a little bit about the programming we have available here for the summer programs.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for the invite, Vice Mayor Steve Shelley. Good evening, Mayor Porter and City Council members, and to everyone in attendance. My name is Naim Smith. I'm the Executive Director of the Homestead YMCA here in Homestead. Before I talk about summer, I want to talk about a program that we had at the Y last week. It's a partnership between Baptist Hospitals and the YMCA of South Florida. It's called I Am a Water Watcher. As we all are well aware that drowning is a leading cause of death for infants and small children in Dade County. And at the Y, we launched a program called Water Watchers, where we provided free swim lessons for a week to over 100 Homestead city residents, children. Last week it was very successful, and we had a little celebration on the pool deck to solidify what we did. And to be a water watcher for the summer, we just asked people to do 4 things. Agree to actively watch children around the water, keep your eyes on the water, avoid distractions when you're at the pool so you can keep your eye on children's, and pull any child that you see in trouble out of the water as soon as you can and dial 911. So those things go a long way in helping us fight drowning preventions here in Dade County. This summer, the YMCA has some unique opportunities and partnerships that we're doing this year with the National Park Service and the Florida Wildlife Reserve. We got an opportunity this year to take 200 of our oldest kids, so when we say oldest kids, ages 8 and over, through a specialized program put together by the YMCA, the National Parks, and the Florida Wildlife Reserve on a 5-week curriculum. But before I get into the details of the curriculum, our summer programs have a few major goals in mind as we go through the summer. One, for all of the children that we serve, summer camp is an important aspect of family lives because it allows parents, working parents, an affordable, safe, and enriching childcare option for the entire summer. So that's the first thing that we are proud of with our summer programs. The second is drowning prevention. In all of the camps that we have, whether it's adventure camp, junior marine biology, our teen camp, which is funded by the city of Homestead this year, partially, and our sports camp, our kids have the opportunity to go swimming every day and learn water safety every day throughout the summer. So that's also something that the YMCA is very proud of. And lastly, summer camp is a great way to fight the summer learning gap that children experience when they don't have activities that enrich their minds throughout the summer. As part of our adventure camp and our sports camp, we have a summer reading program that's staffed by certified teachers throughout the summer to help kids combat the summer learning gap. So we're very proud of what we do with kids throughout the summer. So let's talk about our 5-week program that our kids will go through. They'll start off the summer with visitors from far and wide, bringing the wild Florida to the YMCA, as we call it. They'll learn about animals, plants, fish, and will start off their 5-week journey in the Florida's wild parks. They'll work on swim skills, team building skills, and other activities that will prepare them for their 4 upcoming weeks as they visit different parks in South Dade County. They'll also engage in paddleboarding, canoeing, snorkeling. It's going to be a great summer for these kids. Week 2, they'll take a trip to Loxahatchee Wildlife Reserve. And then in week 3, the kids will have a curriculum where they'll go out to the Everglades National Park and do various skill building things there. And in week 4, the campers will get more ambitious. They'll go paddleboarding and swimming in Biscayne Bay. And then in week 5, those campers, we're looking to take over 100 campers up to Biscayne Bay for snorkeling for the week. And then we have an additional 5 weeks of just regular old camp stuff. But this special 5-week curriculum, we're very excited about. It's very new for the kids at Homestead. And we traditionally have on average about 300 kids a day that participate in our summer camp program. So they didn't even know that we had this plan for them. This was something that came to us from the National Parks and the Wildlife Reserve about 5 months ago. So we're really excited. And at the YMCA of South Florida, we're calling this the best summer ever for the kids that we're going to serve this summer. So Vice Mayor Shelley, thank you for inviting me. And for the people here, thank you for listening. And I hope to see you soon at the Y. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Naim, for the update, and thank you to the YMCA for all you do for the Homestead community.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Wallman, go right ahead.
I want to go to that camp. That sounds like so much fun. And, you know, Mr. Shelley's always thanking everybody, but I want to thank Mr. Shelley because, Vice Mayor Shelley, because what he's done with the national parks, and I know that you're in charge of the board out there this year, but what he's done with the national parks and bringing them on board with the city is so commendable, and you know how I feel about the parks. So I just want to say congratulations and thank you. Okay, give him a round of applause. He's very shy. I'd like to introduce to you my friend. I know him as Little Mac, and I think you wanted to say a few things tonight. But before you do, I want to say how much I appreciate you and what you do and how you've always been my friend. And when you call, I listen. And should I tell him, or do you want to tell him? Hear what he said? He says, I've got ex-wives that'll tell everything. He contacted me, and he lives in Deco Gardens. And Deco Gardens is a senior residence. Many of them have disabilities there. And the trolley would stop on the road, but that was a far distance for them to get to where the Homestead trolley picked up. Excuse me. So he asked, if possible, if the trolley car could actually drive into the gardens and into the driveway and pick up people there at the door. Because not only once they got out to the road, it was dangerous to stand there, and it was hot sun, no shelter, and we made it happen. But I'd like to allow Little Mac to talk. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Okay, Jeremy fixes everything.
Hi, everybody. I'm Little Mac, better known at my...
It's on.
I'm Little Mac, better known to my parents as Bob McGregor. I've lived in Homestead for over 32 years, and I enjoy this town. And I was born and raised in that state called Michigan, which has a four-letter word that I never liked, S-N-O-W. And because of that, I was on the help when they organized to have the trolley. 100 years ago, it seems like. But the trolley has a problem on Northeast 12th Avenue. Now, you all know where that is. It's between Campbell Drive and Maury. And that's only a half a mile, so what's the problem? I live at 105 Southeast 12th Avenue, and they go all the way out to the school out there and come way back. Now, I figured I'm a little Scottish guy, and I don't think we should spend that much gas money and time-wise by going all the way out there just to come back for the old people at Deco Gardens. Why don't I go, because I can't get shot two more worse than I am in this wheelchair, suggest that you realign the trolley to go from Campbell Drive all the way down to Maury, turn around. Because you got a big trailer park that I see some people on it now and then, and that's called, the old one was called, this one's called Cocoa Walk, and there used to be just for seniors and Four Seasons. Now, across from it, there's a lot of buildings in the 30-some years I've lived in Homestead, that's brought in people into this town, and that's where all the funds come from for all of us. But if there was a legal way, a nice way, to take the trolley when it turns right on Campbell Drive and goes south, and it goes all the way down and have them put up a sign on the second gate at the trailer, Cocoa Walk, because they have it locked up all day long, and the people could stand there, or better yet, get a little bench and put it right there, and then go on down to Deco Gardens, come back, and right across from the trailer park is that those rocks and stuff. You could have a sign, but have them have on the bench across the street, in one place only. Then when they come up to the next one, they turn in, because there's 3 units there, and Deco Gardens only has 1. But I know for a fact, since we got Deco Gardens into it in the old city council meeting, I was there, and there was 14 of us that went there just to have that put in. And I remember this gal when I first met her, only a couple months ago, we'll say. Yeah. She was walking out of Publix, and she says, do you know who I am? I said, I don't know your name, but you're a pretty gal, and I'm old enough to say you're pretty. What do you want to do? I would like to be elected to the city council, and I remember that. I thank you.
Thank you, Little Mac. And because of everything he does, I'd like to present to you a certificate of recognition to Robert Little Mac McGregor for your untiring devotion to our community. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Now the police are going to have to take me home because I'm crying.
The police, we can get somebody. Do you know this man rode all the way over here in this wheelchair from Deco Gardens? And I'm talking about all the way over near 162nd Avenue, all the way across town. So officers to Winn-Dixie and then over to 15th Street on that dangerous road. So officers, please make sure he gets home okay. Thank you, everyone. It's people like that that we should always remember when we hear such negative things. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ms. Wallman. At this time, we're going to conclude this special presentation ceremony, and as soon as we get a quorum, we'll go directly into the council meeting. Give us a few minutes. Thank you.